We all have crazy ideas from time to time, and you guys are encouraging me on this one, and I appreciate it. If you saw a previous episode, I'll link it right up here. We were talking about what do we want to do for our workout area and the workout wall in particular. Well, today I'm going to take you through the tools we're going to use, the lumber we're going to use, and kind of the overall plan for this crazy idea on this wall. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Detached Garage. Thank you so much for encouraging my crazy ideas. You guys are awesome. I'm loving the comments on here as well as Instagram for encouraging me to get this workout wall done the way my crazy idea might want to do it. So, in today's episode, we are starting the journey of getting this entire wall floor to ceiling with the 2x10s that are right here. So we're going to go through what tools we're going to use, the screws I chose. I am going to pre-drill everything, so it's going to take a little longer, but I really don't want to take the risk of splitting these 2x10s. And so we'll go through the plan and just kind of talk through the process. So let's flip the camera around and take a look at what we've got right now. All right, guys, so if you remember, kind of the rough layout of the garage is the lift is going here and, oh, there's the lift right there. So that will be in another episode, but the lift is gonna go here. The post will kind of be in between these two windows here. We've got the boiler back here. We've got our workout area with the TV on the wall. We've got our covered patio area. We've got the retractable magic stairs, and then this area will be the wash bay. So just kind of panning around here, that's the general layout of the garage. And so we've got some of the plywood up over here for the mechanical area. This plywood is gonna keep carrying all the way over to this stud that this PVC pipe is leaning up against. And so that will all be the 3/4 inch plywood. Now, I saw a Matt Reisinger video where they did, instead of doing blocking, which we covered on a previous episode to get our hose reel and electrical reel up on the wall, instead of doing blocking kind of sporadically throughout the wall, we are just going to make the entire wall blocking out of these 2x10s. It's pretty cool. I'm thinking we will put these up and then we will stain them. But right now, what we need to do is this is not really a work zone. It is kind of our makeshift storage, just lean this tall stuff up against the wall. So what we need to do first is get this cleaned out, and then we'll get one of these boards off the pile and start measuring what we want to do. This area, so I've got 16-foot 2x10s, and this area is a little bit longer than 16 feet. So I'm thinking kind of the almost the shingled look a little bit on the wall. And so let's get this cleaned up, and then we'll start putting the wood up against the wall to see what kind of design we want to do. So a lot of you have been messaging me or putting in the comments below, what tools am I using for my project? So I figured I'd just kind of show, super simple. We've got just a normal Milwaukee Fuel circular saw, the M18 version. These two actually came in a 2-pack. It's the the drill driver, the impact, both Milwaukee Fuel M12. And then we've got just the standard M12 jigsaw. I am using the number 9 by 3 1/8 screws. They're just the construction screws. You certainly could use the triple coated or even stainless steel if you wanted, but I didn't think that was necessary. This is the T25 bit that's gonna go on there, and then just a good set of gloves to avoid any splinters and kind of rub the edges. So these are the tools I'm using. I will link them down in the description below. So this looks so much better cleaned up. So we've got the 16-foot board. So basically coming right off the edge of the plywood over here, we are going to have one stud bay left. So what I think I'm going to do is for the 2x10s, we will do this very first board all the way across, and then we'll have a 16-inch section here. So what that will do is allow us to have the longest base, and then we can start cutting and staggering. So, you know, we'll do a 36-inch one, or, you know, whatever the stud length works out to be. And we'll kind of stagger them in, we'll cut them in half just to make this, you know, a little bit more appealing to the eye. So I think we can essentially, I don't know that we're gonna get this far, but I think we can get all the way up to this outlet box. I still have to run some Cat 6 cable here, as well as a optical audio cable and everything. So we can get pretty far here, and this will go quick once we get the first board up. The first board is gonna be the most difficult. I've got this 2x12 here that will help support the board, and I will pre-drill this end over here, and then I'll pre-drill both ends, we'll hang both ends, and then kind of adjust the middle. All right, guys, so we have the makings of the foundation. So we're gonna have to cut them just to get a nice look, so we don't have a bunch of, 16-inch pieces and then just 16-foot pieces. So everything's coming together pretty well. The biggest issue we've had so far are the drill bits. They overheat and then are just snapping. So we're gonna try and go a little bit slower on the drilling, let those cool down a little bit. And then, we'll probably just stop once we get to the outlets here. And then we'll have to get some outlet standoffs to bring them out far enough so they can get flush with the 2x lumber. So really excited about the way this looks. We are enjoying it. And let's get the last holes drilled in this one, screw that one up, and then we'll go to the third course here. All right, guys, so we have 3 courses all the way up. The next course is gonna run into our outlet. So this one is gonna take a little bit longer, but we are really liking the look so far. Been a fairly easy project. Again, you could do this with nails if you wanted to. We're just choosing to do it with screws, just in case we wanna take this off at some point, or replace some boards or something like that. So super excited on how this is turning out. We're going to take a break and then we will come back and get this next course laid, and we'll have to use the jigsaw to cut around the outlet boxes. All right, guys, so we have all the courses up to the bottom row of outlets. So we're able to cut around all of them. And the biggest thing that I am super happy with is how level we are. Still, my head is in the shadows here, but this is staying very level. The few of the boards had a little bit of dip and dive to them, but we kind of worked that out where we would take one board that was relatively level and then cut the ones that had a little bit of dip to them and then kind of space those out. So we're trying to randomize the pattern here where all the joints are so they're not all completely lining up. So we've got one here, one here, one here, and then we did one way over here. So I think the next one that we go across, we are going to just do it all the way and then have a 16-inch piece on this side right here. The biggest challenge is this is my seam for the rock wool. And so I still need to run some wires to this box. I need to run Cat 6, need to run an optical audio cable, and possibly even an HDMI cable. So I'm gonna have to take this out and we're gonna run the wires up to the ceiling and over to our media rack up there. If you haven't checked out that media rack build, click up here. So I'm gonna stop from the wall perspective for right now. I also need to get some more screws. That was a 5-pound box. We'll probably need one more 5-pound box to do the rest of it. So I gotta get this run. I gotta pull the TV mount off the wall. And then we can cut around these last outlets here. This next board won't need any cutting, but I don't want to cover up the bottom of the bat with that board so that it'll go back in easier. So that's a wrap on the foundation of the workout wall. And I really appreciate your inspiration and your encouragement to go for something cool like this. It's been a neat project, fairly easy. Again, you could do this with nails, but I am drilling every hole and using the screws just so we don't have any splits in the wood. I really don't want any splits going across. So I will link in the description to all the tools, all the hardware we used if you're thinking of doing something like this. Again, if you have any questions on what we did today for the foundation, put them down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching Detached Garage, and I hope to catch you on the next episode.